Welcome back, everyone, to our Farm Manager 2018 gameplay series. So we've got, we got a lot going on, and this is during the wintertime. I was thinking that things would slow down for us during the winter, but yeah, that's definitely not been the case. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get some good things going on these greenhouses. Okay, so we're coming toward the end of wintertime. Still not time to do any planting on our fields or anything like that. We're still not at the time where honey. We're going to be probably about this far into spring is before the first opportunity we could even think about any more honey being produced. So we still got a little ways to go for that. Although toward the very beginning of spring is when we're going to start working the fields and get everything prepared for that. All right. So one of the things about playing on Fast Forward that I've mentioned is it becomes almost like a clicker game with if you get like a bunch of greenhouses or rabbit hutches or things like that you are doing animal husbandry, and that it becomes like a clicker game because there is a lot going on and it happens a lot. So let's see, we got 2 people available. Yeah, let's go ahead and put them there. Let's try to get through all of this that we can because we already know more of these are going to be popping up very soon. Let's take a quick look on our animals just to make sure about the food. I did see one of the comments. Thank you very much for putting the comment about we of course had issues with one of our animal sheds, and it was this one, or was it with the sheep? Man, I've already forgotten. I must have slept really good. Yeah, it must have been that one about, we didn't get any food with these guys, and we ended up having to sell all of them to keep them from dying. Well, and the comment was that it could be that they're simply just too far away from, they're having to go too far to put the milk or get the food, that kind of stuff. And that does make sense. There's no question about it. This is definitely not the best well laid out for that. But the reason why I'm not inclined to change it, unless maybe I can fit something else right into up here. I mean, I'm not opposed to making changes, that's for sure. But the reason I don't think that's necessarily what happened to it is because, number one, all of the rest of ours are doing fine. And the other reason is I've had in other playthroughs where I test things, I've had situations that happen a lot where I can have one of these animal enclosures right next to both a storage facility and a barn and all sorts of things, and it still doesn't work out. So I think it's an issue with the game, but there is no doubt that I could have a much better layout than what I do. I've talked about that multiple times, and still, every time I fire up this game to get going, I still cringe whenever I look at the layout that I have in this playthrough. So we're gonna move along with that. We're not gonna worry about it, and we're just gonna make the best we can of it, because at the end of the day, this is about having fun. And if we don't make the most money that we possibly can, if we don't do this or that we possibly can, it's not that big a deal, because we're here to have fun. It's supposed to be relaxing. And if those of you out there are like me and you have enough issues in the real world that are causing you stress and that you have to deal with, you don't need any more from a game. All right, let's go ahead and fill out while we're doing this. Let's fill out our, look what I did there. Look what okay, that was not intentional, but we're going to leave it. Wow, we've reached $1 million. Okay, let's actually, wow, I did not think that was going to be a thing this early on. So let's go ahead and do the upgrade. It takes 400,000. We've talked about this a little bit before, but at this point, again, we haven't even gotten back to where honey is going to kick in yet, which is going to give us even more money. So what we get, in fact, let's just go ahead and pause the game for a second because I'm sure we're going to have some more work to attend to. So we're going to be able to purchase land, which we're definitely going to want to do given my layout so far. So we're going to have the ability to purchase land next to our existing land. So we'll have to determine when and how we want to do that. Auto trade. This is a big one. Auto trade goes from twice a month to every week. And the reason why that's a big one is because one of the issues you fight in this game with the fruits and vegetables and so on that you plant and then harvest is that they have a very short lifespan. And so we've seen that before, particularly with the saplings or the fruitlings or whatever that we are going to plant. We have to get them planted almost immediately upon ordering them, and then we have to get our bounties sold as quickly as we can once they're harvested, because they have a very, very short shelf life. And unfortunately, from what I have read, and I don't know this to be sure because I haven't tested it, but even if you build the refrigerated storage, it doesn't really help it, because otherwise I would shoot one of those up and we would go with that, just to make things easier for us. So this auto trade every week really helps us out in that respect. It makes sure that our shelf life doesn't run out and we don't waste any of the produce that we get from our greenhouses and eventually from our outdoor fields. The last thing it does is it increases the maximum field size from, I believe it's 50 by 50 at this point, to 75 by 75. I know there have been some bugs with that as well where you couldn't get up to that even after upgrading, but I think those have been worked out. We'll have to see how that goes. But for us, let's go ahead and do that. And we'll go back to it. And yes, you can already see we've got more work that needs to be done. I am really hoping as we move forward with the game that the developers or modders or somebody add in the ability for us to assign either management or some sort of a structure to help us out with the greenhouses. And the reason I say that is that right now we're still within our original box of land. But imagine as we start to get land all over the place, well, the only way to really keep up with these greenhouses is to see these in the corner. So you're going to find yourself all over the place trying to keep up with this, particularly if you're into animal husbandry, because that's when things really get intense that you're trying to keep up with. Now, one obvious solution is to slow down the game and not go into fast forward, but I kind of like doing this because it puts a little bit of stress on me and I'm having to keep my eyes out. And it also increases the number of stuff I just miss, which is part of the fun too. I realized that, oh yeah, that thing has been looking at me and telling me to do this for a while now, and I simply didn't see it. It also gives you guys something to fuss at me about whenever it's very obvious to you and I still miss it. So in this video, now that we've got the greenhouses at least under control temporarily, I want to try out some chicken coops. Let's see what we can do. No, we definitely can't fit one in there. We can fit one. We cannot fit one in there either. Just out of curiosity. Nope, we can't do that either. Oh, man, I was so close there. All right, so what I've been thinking about doing, I was hoping I could fit one in there. In fact, is there anything I can fit in there as far as a production type building? Interesting. Where are we at here? Our production type buildings. Now we've got a lot of these and we've not even taken a look at any of those. So let's go ahead and stop for a moment, or at least slow it down a little bit. And let's take a look at this as we're getting on the edge of spring. Let's see. Nope, it still shows winter there. So we're right on the edge of it, but it hasn't quite gone over yet. So we've got juice factories. And we could get into that. We could get into processing grain into flour, and then I'm sure into further into bread on some level. Okay, so that could be a very good pursuit for us. Then we've got the ability to produce seeds and seedlings from our production. That could be really nice. Keep you from having to worry about having to go and buy more seeds. Or you could simply sell those seeds in their packaged state and make some money that way. So that could be very nice as well. Milk processing. Obviously, whenever you get into the cow milk, I'm sure, let's see, it says milk-based products. So I'm sure we could use the different types of milk we've got in the game to make some various things. And let's see, of course, we're already doing the silage. Frozen food, that could be good. I know there was a bug with this particular one. The same thing with the slaughterhouse. There was an issue there. All right, actually, can we fit one of these in here? Oh, you're killing me here. So now this game is just, yeah, it is going to crush me on my layout. All right, but you notice we got that notification that spring has arrived. So now it's time to get back to business. So this time, I tell you what, let's just go ahead and cultivate. It says, do you want to destroy the field? Well, it's not going to just grow back. I haven't seen it do that up to this point, so I have no reason to believe that it's going to continue. Let's actually just cultivate both of these, and let's get that going. So spring has started, so now it is simply a countdown to when do we get our honey production back going. And with that in mind, let's go ahead and do some more work on honey. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Looks like I'm going to have to keep it off to the side a little bit. So we'll go ahead and do it that way. And again, I'm going to stick with the dirt road since that's what we started with. And just keep that going. Okay, looks like these guys are getting done. Let's go ahead and pull these up and pin them so that we can keep track of this. Remember, we don't care about the quality of the crops, like at all. All we want them to do is we want to do the minimum required to make sure they stay alive into as far into the fall as we can get them. That's really all we care about. Okay. And cultivation is almost done. That's why I'm not doing all of the steps. All right, I do want to go ahead and fertilize, simply because that will help with the lifespan, which we are going to definitely need. All right, oops, I actually closed that one out. Did not mean to do that. Okay, greenhouses look good. All right, we have 4 people available. We're getting more money. And now let's just zoom in a little bit here and take a look at our upgraded house. Not bad. Not bad. I'm not sure why we need all these decorations around there, but there's a lot of flowers. That's a lot of flowers for us. Okay, let's continue. And, all right, so we're fertilized, and now we need to sow. I don't think we've still got any of the coals. No, we run out of that. Okay, so buckwheat, we do have. The seeds last forever apparently, but we need to purchase the colza. Okay, we need to, let's see, how much do I need? Okay, just 1.0. Okay, so it doesn't use very much. It just doesn't last very long in storage. Okay, so let's actually get, let's just get 10. And requires very little money from us. And it looks like, there we go, we're already growing. You can see no honey is being made, so we're able to get this done. I believe we're going to get both of these fields planted. Here comes our seeds, I would imagine. No, maybe that wasn't the seeds. Let's see, the colza seed. Yes, it was. Okay, he's putting it in the warehouse, which threw me off a little bit. Okay, so colza seed. And we'll get those down. And yes, I believe we're going to have perfect timing to get these fields up and ready to go. And then our honey production will kick into high gear, and we will be in great shape. And I am very much looking forward to that. Now, one thing I wanted to look at, let's see, now that we've rolled over into a new month, we're now into April. I wanted to see the wind farm. Okay, still not making all that much. But you can see it's basically taking care of our salaries all by itself. So a little over 13,000 is what we're getting from that. All right, so we're in good shape right now. The crop quality is doing good. Of course, the rain right now is increasing the moisture on those. Yeah, we're in good shape. As long as we keep this crop quality above maybe about a third, we should be in good shape. All right, let's get the clicker game going again with our greenhouses. And okay, now we need to, let's see, let's go ahead and extend. Maybe, if I can get it to come over there. There we go. All right, I want to make sure I get this, because remember, once we start expanding, this is no longer the edge. It's no longer a boundary. It's just another piece to the puzzle. So let's see, what are we going to decide here? Because on one hand, I want to get into the production. For example, the slaughterhouse. I really want to get into that for sure. But at the same time, I want to get into some egg production. So I think we're going to start out with the egg production, and I'm actually going to set up warehouse and so forth down here as well. Okay, so let's go ahead with the egg production first. Let's do, let's see, let's go ahead and do it like this. So one, and again, we're not doing this because it makes the most money or the most anything. We're doing this because it's going to be fun. And there we go. So we got 3 of those. And then I'm going to put down a house for permanent employees. And I'm going to do so about right. Let's see, we got plenty of room here. Let's do it about right there, because we might need, I'll tell you what, if we can keep this line going, we will. I'll tell you what, let's just go ahead right here. This shouldn't be bad, because I got a feeling that these guys are going to go in the back way into these enclosures anyway. And so let's do that and keep that going. And keep our dirt road theme going. Okay, we also need, this is where we get to spend a little bit of money, because like I said, we're going to want, let's see, a warehouse. We don't really need this right now, but we will whenever we get into the factories. So right now, let's see, can I put this, yes, that's what I was hoping that I could do. Let's go ahead and put a warehouse down right there. And also, let's see, can we get a, I'm going to want a silo over here somewhere. Where do I want this? I could put it right in here, but I really don't want to. Okay, we'll hold off on the silo. And let's see, because a barn, I'm going to want a barn over here. And let's see, because they're pretty huge. Okay, so I don't have space in there to fit one. I could put one over there. I really don't want to, though, honestly. Okay, let's go ahead and get that harvest going so we don't fall too far behind. Because what I am going to do, and again, this is just for fun, is I'm going to get some more chicken coops right here. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and put 2 down, and then we'll go with a barn right over here. And we'll put that barn right here, so that will put all of these in close proximity. And then our house isn't exactly as close as I might like it, but I think overall that's not going to be our biggest issue, I don't think anyway. All right, let's go ahead with this. And let's see, caregivers, we don't have anybody. We let them go, didn't we? Yes, we got rid of them. I couldn't remember exactly, but I thought we did. Okay, so let's go ahead and hire another one. I'm going to try to get this back up and going. We're going to give it another shot. Maybe it turns out the same. And if it does, then it does. And it won't be that big a deal. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now, I know this is expensive, but this strength, I want to see if this makes any difference. Let's see. That's the home we want. And, of course, we're going to go ahead and max out. There. Okay. We're good. And again, we're not into the animal husbandry right now with these. I just want to get everything in there. All right, so we're going to have, let's see, the crops we've got plenty of. Wheat we've got plenty of. Silage we've got plenty of. Potatoes, corn. Yeah, I mean, we could do some more things. In fact, let's see about potatoes. Let's go ahead and do 1,000 potatoes just to have those around, and we'll let those get delivered, and we'll let our guys try to figure it out. I mean, the other enclosures are figuring it out, so hopefully once we have reloaded a save and so on, maybe that will go the way we want it to go now. Okay, looks like we're done with everything except for the barn. Okay, that's good. So what is the food? So we've got wheat, which we obviously have some of, corn, rye, oat, and lupine. Okay. So let's go ahead and get a few of these. All right, let's put down a, let's see, let's finish off our road here. And then I want a, storage. Okay, I want a small silo. The 60,000 is perfectly fine with me. So let's go ahead and put, and we're going to put that silo down right there. It also gives us room for another house for employees if we decide as we expand out into here that we want another one. So that'll give us another room there for that. Okay, let's go ahead and hire some employees, and we want the ones for animals. This isn't too bad. You're probably gonna find that I'm gonna spend a lot less time going forward worrying so much about the cost, minimizing the cost of our workers. I'm still going to do the best I can with it. Let's see, which house are we on? We are on the bottom one. Let's see, is there anybody else that we want to hire in this group? Really? I mean, like none? Wow. Okay, let's go ahead and max them out. And let's get hers started. And I tell you what, we are going to, let's do 10. Okay, we don't care about that deadline because we don't care about their little task that they've got going for us. Okay, so for the allowed food, let's see what it's already showing up with. All right, it's showing the wheat. Let's do some oats and maybe some rye. Well, we need to get this thing done. And I'm probably going to have to move around the storage a little bit because we already have one here. Let's see, can I do... No, I don't want to move all of it. I just want to move a little bit of it, and I don't think it will let me do that. Okay, that's no big deal. Let's go ahead and get some rye. And let's go ahead and buy, let's see, 5,000. Yeah, it's only $2,500, so we're good there. What was the other thing? I've already forgotten. What was, oops. And let's see, what does it do with the rye, by the way? Does it separate it? No, it looks like it's just going to put it in the new one. Yeah, it would be nice if we could, number one, I think it would probably be better if we could just use any storage that would count as all the storage. Because that's probably going to make things simple because we don't have any way of moving things in between or splitting it out or whatever. It's all or nothing as far as I know. We may test that out here momentarily and find out. Okay, so this will give us oats. That's what I was trying to get. So let's get some oats. And again, about 5,000. That's $10,000. It's still not that big a deal because it should last quite a while. All right, we got more work on the greenhouses. Take care of that. Okay, so the warehouse, this guy unfortunately right now is having to go quite a ways to get the food. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, the oats are going to go up there. So is this just random? I mean, at least we've got one thing down here. Oh, we've got an animal that has escaped from a building. Now, every once in a while, I'm able to find these, like really easy. And then some other times, I can't find them at all. So we're going to see. It's a chicken, right? Yeah. All right, we're going to look around. All right, animals are ready for breeding. There we go. So for 22, we're actually going to call in the inseminator, and we have got 10 right now. Of course, we're going to have to wait for them to show up. And I tell you what, I am not inclined to spend a whole lot of time looking for this chicken. It is highlighted on the screen, but we got a lot going on. And I am not going to spend a long time looking for this stupid chicken. All right, no, that's about it. We got enough stuff going on right now. We got greenhouses to deal with. All right, let's try to find some more workers. And hopefully we can find some good workers. It is slim pickings in here. Wow. Okay, please give me some workers that I can use. Pretty please, game. All right, there we go. That's going to have to work. So, are there any more in here? Am I going to have to reset this thing again? Yep, I'm going to have to reset it again. All right, back to the greenhouses. There we go. And let's get our new worker in here. Max them out. And let's go ahead and buy, same thing, about 10. Okay, do you have food in here? Yes, you've got a little bit of both. And it looks like we're doing okay on food. So the inseminator got us 2 more. So we went from 10 to 12. So that is going to be a long journey to get there, to get all the way up to 30. We'll just sort of let that ride right now. And let's go see if we can get some more of these up and running. And again, we're looking for the animal trait. There we go, finally. One that is what we want. There's another one. Again, some of these aren't exactly cheap, but that's okay. Animals are ready for breeding. That must have been a message from earlier. All right, greenhouses once again. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's see why. Oh my goodness, did you seriously do that to me? No? Where was the other one I got going? This is... Yep, they're working in the field harvesting. Great. That is awesome. Good job, game. That is all me. All right, so we're ready for the inseminator here. And again, this will slowly go. So it looks like we're going to go up 2 at a time for now. Now, where this could be helpful, of course, right now we are interested in the eggs. That's what these are for. And let's see, do we have any eggs? Yes, we do. Go ahead and set up our auto trade to make sure we don't let these go bad. We don't care about your bet with the neighbor. Don't, like, at all don't care. Okay, so we have our worker theirs already. And you can see we're ready for the breeding once again. So it gets pretty hectic. All right, there is one of our workers. Let's let them get busy. Call the inseminator. Same thing here. So if we start the either the butcher or dealing with some other factory products, that's where it's really going to get interesting for us. Because right now, once we get up to 30, I am probably just going to let it ride at 30. All right, let's try to keep things going because I am falling behind on our greenhouses. And me hitting autofill every once in a while gets me in trouble, as we've already seen. And we're ready for the inseminator again over here. So we're going to get to 30 as quick as we can, but now we're down to 17, which means we didn't get 2 each time. Okay, everything appears to be going okay. Let's see about our food. Oh yeah, we got some food in here now. Absolutely, we got some food in there. Okay, animals are ready for breeding in this one, so let's call the inseminator. So yeah, we could really use some help. Oops, I keep wanting to hit these buttons down here every time. So, okay, all of those are checked. All right, I need to get some in here. And then we've got, what, one more that we need to hire? Yes, we've got one more person that we need to hire. Let's try to get that done really quickly so we can get back to our clicker game. Maybe, okay, here we go. That'll work. Okay, let's get you, oops, get you maxed out on the animals, not the manufacturing. Animals are ready for breeding again. Yep, got it. And there we go. Let's get back to, okay, so let's put our new employee in here. Let's buy 10. Animals are ready once again. So we'll call the inseminator once again. I've never heard of anybody doing that for chickens and rabbits and things like that. But who knows, maybe that is a thing in real life. Okay, animals are ready for breeding again. And you can see this gets hectic. All right, I thought we had another one that was ready, but apparently not. Okay, that one's still waiting. Okay. And there's no doubt we are stretching our employees pretty thin over here on these greenhouses. In fact, I may have stretched them a little bit too thin. But that's okay. Of course, the good thing now is you can see we are fully back into honey producing mode right now. We are definitely there. And let's see. Let's make sure the food is going well for all of our chickens. Yes, everybody's got food. And only the rye is down here, so that is unfortunate. Yep, that's unfortunate. There we go. So again, no shortage of stuff to do. Okay. These guys are going. I may end up putting, let's see, we've maxed out. No, we still have room for 2 more here. I may end up adding a couple more workers, even though it's extra money that we would have to spend. I may end up adding a couple extra workers just so that we can try to handle these a little bit quicker. But either way, I mean, we're doing okay now. Some of them are having to wait a little bit, but overall, it's not terrible. Oh, we've got some more work to be done. All right, so are we at 30 on this one? Yes, we've made it to 30 on... Okay, so we are... Yeah, we're going to be playing this clicker game for a little while. And this is about the way it goes with rabbits as well. You put out those rabbit hutches, and yeah, that's pretty much the way it happens. It's just constantly. When you're on fast forward, it is just a constant game of can you click this thing fast enough to get everything done. But I almost feel like if I don't play in fast forward, then the game runs by really slowly. All right, let's go ahead. Let's see. Okay, we're almost to 30 on that one. Got a while to go on this one. All right. Yes. Can't deliver that package. We're not even going to look for Teddy May. We're not looking for him. Because we got a lot of other stuff going on. Even though it was going to pay us some money for doing it. We just don't have time to go around looking for him. Let's see. Did we already get that one? No, we did not. All right. This may actually be our last time before we start to get some of these filled out. All right, so we're at 30 there. Okay, we're a long way from it there. Oh, it popped up right as I was Xing out of that, apparently. Okay, and in case you may not have noticed it with everything we've got going on here, but whenever it calls for the inseminator, there is actually a truck. There's the truck right there that actually pulls up and takes care of the insemination. So there is actually something that happens when that occurs. Okay, so far so good. I'm not seeing anything. All right, training is back open again. Let's see. Again, I am really itching to get into this training. I am really interested to get to that, but we'll see. Again, so many things going on right now. Let's reduce the price of the land a little bit because I feel like we're going to be doing that fairly shortly, and it's only a couple of weeks that it takes. All right, did we already get this one? No, we did not. Okay, everything looks to be doing good. Let's take a quick look at our report. Let's see. All right, chicken eggs. All right, not a whole lot of income right now. How are we doing on, let's see, let's go by the month. Almost clicked it again. Okay, let's go back to our report now. And last month, income is really all I'm worried about right now because that's what we can really control. Okay, so we're doing really well with goat's milk, cow's milk, not as much. Chicken, egg, we'll have to see over time how that goes. But of course our honey is an amazing income producer. Wind farms are doing great to offset some of our expenses. Sheep's wool, not bad. Sheep's milk. So the sheep overall doing very well. And we are getting closer to having 30 animals in all of our... Yes, in fact, I think we only have one left. Is that right? Nope, we got a couple left here. In fact, let's just go ahead and buy those. It's only 20. So, yep, and we're good. All right, so the clicker game is over for right now on that. All right, there we go. Wow, time definitely does fly when you're having fun because we are, unfortunately, out of time in our episode today. But boy, did we have a lot to do today. So we were able to expand, not necessarily in the areas that I thought we were going to, but we've now started using up quite a bit of land. It goes quickly. But the good news is we are going to be able to purchase additional land and expand our farm. We'll probably look at doing that within the next few videos because, again, we have almost used up all the land we have. I still haven't gotten back. Ooh, we need to put some... We need to get to watering here. But I hadn't even gotten back at this point to adding more of the beekeepers over in this area. So yeah, there's a lot of things I had planned that we simply haven't had time to get to. Our chickens took up most of the time for us today, along with all of the clicking we had to do for our greenhouses. But the good news is we're still making tons of money. We spent $400 grand on an upgrade to our house, and we still had plenty of money left. So we are definitely in great shape on money. We have no worries there. And so we'll come back next time. We'll continue to expand. We'll continue to experience new things and try to figure out new stuff to have fun with. So that'll do it for now. Thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate all your support, not only on this series, but all the series that we have here at Knee Pit Gaming. And stay tuned as we continue our Farm Manager 2018 videos.